Well, hello again and welcome to another Hyperion morning. How you doing out there? Happy Friday. I made it. I'm a couple minutes late. I apologize for that, but I was trying to get my notes together, get ready, hopefully bring you the best show I can on a Friday. We'll do my best I can, but I was scrambling to the last minute, but happy to be here. Happy to be celebrating a Friday with you. Hopefully things are going well for you. Hopefully you've had a great week. Hey there, Donna. Good morning. Thanks for joining us on the show this morning. How you doing? So good to see you. Hey there, Marianne. Good morning to you as well. Happy to have you there. Just going to fix my hair a little bit. I was rushing to get on here. Just going to fix that. My apologies. Don't mind me. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Yes, we made it. We got through the week. I told you we would. You know we would. We did. We got to Friday, and here we are. Let's celebrate in the best way possible, as we like to do every day or nearly every day on this show. Let's have a good time and share some smiles and share some positivity. We are, hopefully you've had a great week so far. Hey, Sue, good morning. So glad to have you on here from the UK. I love how everybody joins in. Sometimes I'm here and it's too early and people don't always get up, and I get it. That's no problem. But I love it when we get as many people as possible here. I appreciate you for joining us on this journey of positivity, no matter when you watch. Again, love to have you here live, but if you join me later, happy to have you here and see the show, anytime during the day. Hey, Tony, we made it. Yes, we did. Happy Friday to you as well. So glad to have you along. Again, I'm just glad everybody's here. So glad that everybody's here. So what are we talking about on this day? I'm going to continue to fix my hair because it's driving me crazy. Obviously, I need a haircut. Obviously in need of a haircut. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. There we go. That is just going to drive me crazy if I don't do anything about it. So that's why I do stop and do that. Anyway, what are we celebrating? There's always things to celebrate. Well, today we are celebrating everybody out at Walt Disney World Marathon Race Weekend, the Run Disney Race Weekend. It was 10K day today. Many of you are out there still on the course. Some of you who are really speedy are probably already finished. But for those of you, most of you are still out there on the course, so you can watch this later. But just know, while we're not there this weekend, we are cheering you on from afar. We appreciate everybody who does the Run Disney Race Weekends. We love all you fantastic people. Wishing we were out there with you this weekend. We'll be out there with you in a little over a month for Princess Race Weekend, and excited for that. But everybody who's doing, again, I've said this in the past, you do one race, you do two races. This weekend, you do 4 races. In any way, celebrate, be happy for whatever you accomplish, because it is an accomplishment, and hopefully you've had a lot of fun out there. And again, I will say this also, if you've never done a Run Disney event, I suggest you give it a shot, even if you're not a runner, because you'll be shocked at how cool it is and how much the energy will invigorate you and really make your day. There's a reason why these people come back, week after week, race after race, to come do these events. There's something that is just powerful from it. So give it a try sometime. It may not be for you, but I would suggest you give it a chance to see if it is something that you might like. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, this came out yesterday. Some of you DVC members, it's kind of small. Let me see if I can make it a little larger here for you. You may know about Moonlight Magic. Well, Moonlight Magic's back for this year, and we received the dates when you can register, when the events are actually taking place at the many Walt Disney World and Disneyland parks. These events are fantastic. Highly recommend, if you're a DVC member and never gone, that you try and find a way to go. Best way to do that is to be sure and have a resort stay during that time. That will give you the early entry dates, the early opportunity to secure your spot. And if you do have a resort stay, almost always, we've never had a resort stay and not secured a spot at Moonlight Magic. You can still possibly get in without a resort stay booked, but that is really, really hit and miss. Those go really, really quickly, depending on the event, depending on how many passes they've already given out to people who have had the resort stays. So, you're taking your chances with that if it's something you really, really want to go to. But love the Moonlight Magic. It is so fun. it's a late night ticketed event that you don't pay anything extra for as a DVC member, Vacation Club. As a DVC member, of course, you're already paying an exorbitant fee to be a DVC member, but this is something on top of that that is an excellent perk. You get shortened attraction lines by far. When we were there at Disney's Hollywood Studios last year, it was less than 10-minute wait for Rise of the Resistance. Okay, when does that ever happen? You get these vouchers for free meals, free snacks while you're out there. So you get food, there's entertainment, there's photo opportunities. It is just so fun. DVC member, you probably already know this, but maybe if you're not a DVC member, might be another thing to push you into maybe making that leap if you've been considering it. Because these events are great and they happen throughout the parks throughout the year. There seems to be more and more every year, and they are so fun. Definitely check them out. So yeah, those are the dates. You can find them on the DVC website when you can start booking those Moonlight Magic nights. They're so fun. Definitely do it. Definitely do it. What else are we celebrating? Always something to celebrate on today. And today's a day it's National Houseplant Appreciation Day. I love houseplants. They bring life to your home, bring color, bring joy to your home. I love houseplants. Today's a day to celebrate. Go talk to your houseplants. I know it seems weird, but it actually is a good thing. They actually take in the carbon dioxide when you talk to your plants and absorb it, and that helps give them nutrients and turn that into oxygen. So go talk to your houseplants and tell them how much you appreciate them on this day. No one will think you're crazy. Well, maybe a little bit, but it's still okay. It's good. It's fine. Do it. Houseplants. Love houseplants. Definitely a day. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, today, houseplants are a great way to help with the environment. More plants, more good. Another great way. Today is National Save on Your Energy Bill Day today. So, go ahead and turn off a few switches around the house. Maybe unplug a few things. Today's the day to kind of keep a check on that and make sure your energy bills are keeping lower. Right now, our heater is going crazy and it doesn't know what to do when the heater's on, because there's only like a few weeks out of the year that the heater is actually on here in Florida. But now with the temperatures dropping into the 30s over the last few days, the heater is going crazy. So maybe not saving on the energy bill, although it probably saves more than when we actually have the air conditioning on here, which is most of the rest of the year. So save on your energy bill today. What else? There's always food holidays. Well, today is National Oysters Rockefeller Day. Do you like Oysters Rockefeller? I'll be honest with you. I do. I like Oysters Rockefeller much more than I like regular raw oysters. I'm not a raw oysters person per se, but I do like Oysters Rockefeller. Marianne, I won't turn on our heating unless it gets a little colder. That's probably I think you're from the New England area. You're from the Massachusetts area, New England area, right, Marianne? You probably have that in your blood. I get it. I used to be that way, and then we moved to Florida, and now, I needed warmer. I needed warmer. I've just become accustomed to it. I'll be wearing long sleeve shirts throughout the house all day, but very cool. Anyway, Oysters Rockefeller, what it is, it's a cooked oysters dish. Usually it can be oven baked or it can be broiled with butter, some garlic, some parsley. Usually sometimes there's some bacon in there. It's really, really good. I like Oysters Rockefeller. Again, I'm not a raw oysters fan. I know some people love raw oysters, can't get enough of them. It's never been my thing. But Oysters Rockefeller, if that's around, I'm probably going to enjoy a few. If you don't like oysters, it's not for everybody. And some people have shellfish allergies. Well, this might be a better food holiday for you. How about National Bittersweet Chocolate Day today? Now, some people don't like bittersweet chocolate. I get it. I love it. I think it's great. I like the contrast, the bitter and the sweet. I love it. I think it's perfect. I'm much more of that than, like, say, a milk chocolate fan, which is just too sweet for me. Give me bittersweet or semi-sweet chocolate, and I'm on board. That is my version of chocolate. Again, not a huge candy person, but I do like bittersweet chocolate. Donna, you have a shellfish allergy. I get it. You won't be doing those oysters, but okay, some bittersweet chocolate. That's what I'm saying. Maybe this is the better thing for you. Very good. Very good. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, how about on this day in 1970, the Walt Disney World Preview Center opened here in Central Florida. This was the first building for Walt Disney World, essentially. It was the center where you could go in and see what was to come at the Walt Disney World Resort once Magic Kingdom opened and the resort grounds around it. You could take a tour, get an idea of what was to come. Apparently, from what I read, when this opened, it outdrew, not that there were like a lot of attractions in Central Florida at the time, but it outdrew and virtually everything else that was out there at the time, just to go see this preview center and see what Walt Disney World was all about. And the building still stands, by the way. But yeah, this day, 1970, Walt Disney World Preview Center opened. It would stay open until September 30th of 1971. Of course, Walt Disney World opened in October of 1971. So obviously open up until that point for you to get excited for what was to come with Walt Disney World. Really cool. How about this? On this day in 2008, The Little Mermaid on Broadway opened at the Lunt Fontanne Theater on Broadway. The great musical, didn't run a tremendously long time, only for about a year and a half. Included 50 previews and 685 performances. It did get 2 Tony nominations, one for Best Lighting, one for Best Original Score or soundtrack. It starred Sierra Bogus, who played Ariel. Sherry Renee Scott played Ursula. Sean Palmer played Prince Eric, and the super talented Titus Burgess played Sebastian the Crab. Interesting. This musical, probably one of the lesser known of the Disney Broadway musicals, because it didn't last a tremendous amount of time, but it was very, very good. We saw it a few years back. Actually, the touring company came around when we lived in San Diego, and we were, knowing that it didn't last a long time, we were a little hesitant of like, how good is this going to be? Whatever. We were blown away by it. It was great. If it comes around, I don't know if the touring company is still out there, but if they are and they come to your area, check it out. It's really good. And some of the things they do to like make it seem like they're underwater, just the movements that you have to make throughout this show, it's pretty incredible what these actors have to do on the show, and it sells it. It's really good. Highly recommend it. But yeah, anyway, on this day in 2008, this debuted on Broadway. And by the way, it happened to have been the 98th anniversary of the Lunt Fontanne Theater, because that theater had opened on that same day back in 1910. Interesting stuff. Well, to me anyway, it's interesting, but kind of cool. How about this? On this day in 2013, 3 Disney animated films were nominated for the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature in the same year. Yeah, Brave, Frankenweenie, and Wreck-It Ralph, all nominated for Best Animated Feature in the same year. The winner of the Academy Award that year, do you know? Do you know which one of these it was? Or was it some other film? It was actually Brave. Brave was the film that won. I was a little surprised by that, although I love Brave. I think Brave is great. I just thought it kind of was underrated, or maybe it wasn't appreciated as much at the time, and appreciation grew for it later. But Brave was the one they won the Academy Award. I had forgotten that it actually won the Best Animated Feature Academy Award, but very happy to do. I enjoy all these films. All of them are great. Love Wreck-It Ralph. Love Frankenweenie. Michelle and I, we renewed our vows to a Brave theme on a Disney cruise about 10 years ago now. We renewed our vows for our 10th anniversary about 10 years ago. That should tell you what anniversary we're approaching here, by the way. But yeah, really cool. Yeah, Don, it is cool. I found it interesting. I thought that was cool. Also cool, speaking of awards, on this day back in 2016, Inside Out won the Golden Globe for Best Animated Feature. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. Inside Out was a great film and was fantastic. You can see here that Pete Docter and the producer Jonas Rivera received the award. Yeah, great, well deserved. And Marianne, I agree. Brave is excellent. We love it. We love the music, especially for Brave, but the film is fantastic too. Really, really big fans of Brave, really, really big fans of Inside Out. So there you go. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, in sports history, this day, you may remember this if you're from my age. Back in 1982, the catch. Joe Montana to Dwight Clark with 58 seconds left in the NFC Championship game, led the 49ers over the San Francisco 49ers over the Dallas Cowboys 28-27, sending the 49ers to the Super Bowl, which they would eventually win. But just a historic sporting event that anybody who saw it knows it very well. I was a kid at the time, left off my seat when it happened because I was rooting for the 49ers. I wasn't a 49ers fan, but let's be honest, I was not a Dallas Cowboys fan at all. So seeing the 49ers, who had kind of been an underdog for many, many years to that point, of course, this started their string of being fantastic for the next decade plus. But this was kind of the start of it all. Yeah, really, really cool. Great moment in sports history. Hey, if it's your birthday today, January 10th, 2025, January 10th in general, a very happy birthday to you. Here's a few of the people that you celebrate your birthday with, and this one is an important one. Roy E. Disney. It's his birthday today. Disney legend. He would have been 95 today, born on this day in 1930. We lost him back in 2009. But let me tell you a few things why Roy E. Disney was important. Of course, the son of Roy O. Disney, the nephew of Walt Disney. Now, Roy, he kind of has this reputation as, I'm saying this, I don't believe this by any stretch of the imagination. So it's quote unquote, the idiot nephew. Okay. He is not. He didn't do everything perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but he did some really, really important things for the Walt Disney Company, including basically helped save the company from a takeover in the 80s. They were getting ready. There was a company that was looking to buy out shares, do a takeover of Walt Disney Company. He got together and rallied some investors and fought off that takeover to keep the Walt Disney Company as well, and helped bring in Michael Eisner and Jeffrey Katzenberg to help run the Walt Disney Company at that time and lead them into basically the Disney animation, the Disney Renaissance that we all know very well. Roy was instrumental into that happening. He would also be the person that was the spearhead to saving animation. If you've ever seen Waking Sleeping Beauty, you know a lot about this. There was a time when Disney animation was not doing well before the Renaissance. Basically, they were almost booted off the Walt Disney Studios lot in Burbank, sent over to another basically bunch of trailers, and they had to work there because they were kind of almost being forgotten. Well, Roy wanted to make sure that this kept going, so he spearheaded making sure it kept going. They got some things together. They started doing fantastically. Michael Eisner and Jeffrey Katzenberg got more on board, and they put off these slew of fantastic films, the Disney Renaissance. And that is why, in part, the Roy E. Disney, the new animation building, the newer animation building is named after Roy E. Disney, because he was the one who helped not only save the company, but also basically saved Disney animation, and it is where we are now. So just wanted to share that. It's his birthday today, and it's a very important day, and we should celebrate that for sure. 100%. A few other people that you're celebrating your birthday with today. How about this? How about Rod Stewart? He turns 80 today, born on this day in 1945. So many great hits from Rod Stewart over such an amazing career. How about George Foreman? Of course, he was a great championship boxer, but he may be probably known better now for the George Foreman grill, which he has been selling for so many years. Was like most people had at one point a George Foreman grill in their kitchen somewhere at one point. Anyway, he turned 76 today, born on this day in 1949, and great rock woman, just a great rocker. Pat Benatar, she has such a fantastic voice, such a great singer, such a great performer. She turned 72 today. Wow. Born in this day in 1953. Love Pat Benatar. She is so great. Her music is fantastic. She is one of my favorites for sure. So a very happy birthday to them. And again, if it's your birthday today, a very happy birthday to you. One more thing before I get out of here. We do have a new episode coming this week. We are going to be discussing our trip last Sunday, or actually last weekend, to the Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, the brand new DVC tower that's out there. We're going to be talking about our impressions. We're probably going to make this a video episode because we have lots of photos to share. So you'll want to download and listen to the episode, and then go back and watch the video when that comes out later in the week, as we go through many of the things. But we're going to talk about what we thought of the grounds, what we thought about the inside of the building, the room we got, the views, the food, so many things, the pool area, so many things. We'll be discussing it all, and we're excited to do so because we have some feelings about this resort, and it shouldn't surprise you that they're pretty positive. You know us, most everything is positive. If we're sharing it, it's probably positive. Not that everything is perfect, but we will share what we thought about it. And so we're excited to do that with you. Coming up here, that episode will be dropping on Sunday. We'll be telling you more about it tomorrow as well. So, all right, getting out of here. I've gone way too long. Everybody, please, please, please. Hope you have a wonderful Friday. We're heading to the weekend. Hopefully you got big plans, fun plans ahead for this weekend. Always, 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 please remember, like every day, share some kindness today. Share some smiles. And of course, keep sharing that positivity. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. to do all those things once again with you. Until that time, everybody, have a magical day. See you tomorrow. Bye.